Hey girl, real quick. I'm so excited about the new habit-based fitness app I just launched, and I want to invite you to come check it out because I know it will finally help you stay consistent and see and feel results. The programming was created with you in mind. Come get a free 7-day trial inside of the Training for Life app at trainingforlifeapp.com. I can't wait to see you in there. Okay, let's get into the show. Hey there, welcome to Habit Hack Thursday, where I share a habit hack around fitness, mindset, or food freedom in order to help you train for life and make your health a lifestyle. No dieting around here. So let's go. Hey gang, welcome back to Habit Hack Thursday. We are talking about one of my favorite things today, and that is fitness habit stacks. Any way that we can be more efficient with our time and move our bodies more is going to be a major win-win as a busy working midlife mom, especially if you're working on your mindset at the same time. Now, we've talked about the difference between habit stacking versus multitasking, but I thought it would be good to go over that again. You know, this makes me think back to a time where I shared on social media. I was taking a video of myself. I was like, look, I had my laptop open checking emails for work when I was working for a nonprofit at the time. I'm cooking some dinner on the stove, and on this tablet, I have a body weight hip exercise program going on. So in between, I'm moving my body, I'm checking these emails, I'm cooking dinner. That's crazy. And the fact that I even shared that, it's okay to look back at yourself on previous Instagram or Facebook posts and cringe, right? Especially when Facebook first came out, Emily is feeling blah, blah today, right? That's an example of multitasking and chaos and just chaos, right? It's why women have to do habits differently, right? So it doesn't feel so overwhelming and chaotic, which we dig deeper into why women have to do habits differently inside of my free private podcast, Atomic Habits for Women, which BTW, I'm actually re-recording it this week. This is my top free resource and goes over my atomic habit hacking system for women, but also I really feel like it just helps you feel seen and that it's not my fault my habits haven't been sticking, especially when it comes to our health, because diet culture has fueled a lot of what we're doing. We just have to do them differently, using the habit hacking systems I provide, but also changing your mindset and doing that through habit strategy. But I always update this free resource annually just based on client conversations and what I'm seeing in the health industry. And even more what I'm personally going through as well. So go listen now. It's actually getting updated this week. If you've already subscribed to it, I'll be sending out an email when it's all updated. It's at bit.ly/atomic habits for women. It's linked in the show notes. So before we get into some of my favorite fitness habit stacks, let's talk about the difference between habit stacking and multitasking. I just kind of alluded to it, right? Multitasking is attempting to perform 2 or more tasks simultaneously, often dividing your attention between them, right? I mean, the aim is to really save time or increase your productivity, but it can really lead to decreased quality of work and even more stress. So for example, you're trying to answer emails while you're on a conference call, right? You're going to run yourself into the ground. Whereas habit stacking, it's combining a new habit with maybe an already existing one to create a routine. This really just leverages established habits as a trigger for a new one. So the goal is to build a new habit in a systematic way, just really enhancing your consistency and effectiveness. So if you already brush your teeth in the morning, you might stack a quick stretch routine right afterwards or listening to a meditation or podcast at the same time. Right? So the key difference is when it comes to habit stacking and multitasking, habit stacking is intentional. There's a method behind it, right? While multitasking can just be kind of reactive and kind of haphazard, right? Habit stacking is way more proactive. And habit stacking is generally more effective to forming lasting habits, making them stick. It's building on existing routines. And I'll talk a little bit more about why we're talking about specifically fitness today. But multitasking, it's kind of like what I'm telling my kids. I don't want them to play multiple sports at once because I'm like, you won't be able to give 100% to both. And they're realizing that as well as they get older. It's the same concept, right? And since women have to do habits differently, we got all these tabs open, girl. We got too heavy of a cognitive load. And habit stacking will reduce that cognitive load, whereas multitasking is just going to open up more tabs and make you feel more chaos, right? So I want to talk about some examples I actually have 10 examples of some fitness habit stacks. And why we're talking specifically about fitness habit stacks is most of these, you'll notice, are pairing movement with some type of personal development. And the reason being is when you're moving your body, it helps boost dopamine, right? We're working with our body and the natural hormones and chemicals in our body, right? Dopamine sends chemical messages in your brain to let you know that this feels good. This feel good chemical signals to your brain to feel happy, right? When you're doing that thing you enjoy, you feel happy, right? Dopamine is associated with like reward and motivation, right? So you can use these fitness habit stacks to your advantage to help you with your motivation and the reward reinforcement of a new habit in order to make it stick. It's one thing to be like, okay, I'm going to sit down and do some personal development. I'm going to do my meditation. I'm going to do my devotional, my prayer time. It's another thing to do it while moving because it's going to reinforce that personal development habit even more because you got the dopamine, you got the feel good. You're going to be more motivated to do it and probably get even more out of it too. I've said it plenty of times on here. A lot of times when I'm riding my Peloton, I feel like I hear the Lord most clearly. That is because I have that dopamine. It's almost like lifting that cognitive load we talked about, right? Okay, let's talk about some habit stacks, fitness habit stacks, if you will. I got 10 examples for you. Number 1, walking and listening to a podcast. Maybe you're doing that right now, girl. You are already doing it. I love it. Cycling and learning. So I love riding my Peloton, and a lot of times I'll listen to a podcast, or I am in the middle of like a course and I'm listening to that course, or a lot of times I re-listen to interviews that I need to edit with my guests. And for me, I'm able to hear that conversation a lot more clearly and take my notes of what I want to say before the interview and my takeaways for you guys as well. 3, lifting and music. Oh my gosh. I have found if I'm doing any type of like cardiovascular activity, I'm fine listening to like a podcast or a book. But if I am lifting, and girl, we are following a progressive overload program. So we're lifting heavier. We're incorporating drop sets, supersets, tempo, higher reps, all the things inside of the Training for Life app. If you haven't joined us already, go get a free 7-day trial at trainingforlifeapp.com. I gotta have some heavy lifting music. Like I'm talking old school hip hop, sometimes some early pop mixed in there as well. Like I need that music when I am lifting heavy where it's just gritty and it's just getting me, like I'm getting excited talking about it, right? So lifting and music. Number 4, a cold shower and music. I bet you didn't think I'd say that. Okay, you guys know I have been a fan of cold plunges. I've been taking cold showers in my own home as well. I shared probably 2 years ago, a cold shower experiment I did for 30 days. I'm really inspired by Melissa Urban and sharing her experience. And I love a cold shower at the end of a shower. But I also made a cold shower playlist. Like it is usually worship music or other music that just makes me feel good. And I just listen to a whole song. It makes the time go by faster, but I'm getting that same dopamine and relaxing effect that I get from a cold shower. Number 5, yoga and guided meditation. You can practice yoga however you want. It is your practice. That's what it is. But I have found when I am just going through my own yoga flow, if I'm listening to a meditation or some type of focus or intention behind what I'm doing, maybe I want to feel more confident in myself. Or maybe I want to open up my mind a little bit more to whatever the Lord wants to put there, right? Sometimes I need a guided meditation to do that. I like using the Insight Timer for that. It's a free app. I actually have some free walking meditations on there as well. Number 6, housework. We don't like the housework with squats, right? So it feels good to clean up and tidy up. But so while you're doing it, maybe you're going to incorporate some walking lunges, some squats to help you, some arm circles, some pressing things up above your head. It helps. Number 7, walking or rucking with a friend. I do this with one of my really good girlfriends. I love wearing a ruck. You guys know I love the Go Ruck brand. I think my plate is either 15 or 20 pounds. I forget. I haven't paid attention to what it is. I should do that, because a couple of people have asked me on Instagram when they've seen me walking, like, what size is your plate in your rucksack? I don't remember. But walking or rucking, I ruck for my bone density. Got to up that girl with a friend. Like, you're outside in nature, you're getting that dopamine, but also you're having connection with a friend. Nothing beats it. Number 8, a walking pad, and using that for I love let me phrase it this way. I got a walking pad a year ago in the new year, and it's been like a game changer. And when I am doing my devotionals, sometimes I'll come do it on my walking pad, because it feels good getting the steps in and moving, but I feel like I absorb the message sometimes a little bit more, and I'm able to write and focus even more. I've never felt more focused ever than when I'm on my walking pad. Number 9, a TV show and mobility work, right? So get down off the couch. If you're gonna binge some Real Housewives or Friends or the Kardashians or Love is Blind, oh my gosh, don't get me started on this season. If I'm gonna watch trash TV, I like moving my body. So you can look up some mobility exercises to help loosen up those hips, especially ladies. And then number 10, stretching with visualization or prayer, right? If I am laying on the floor stretching after a workout, a lot of times I'm visualizing what I want my future to look like. I'm praying for my kids or my friends. I pray for you guys as well. It just really reinforces that time for me. So pick one of those 10 fitness habit stacks this week and let me know how it goes. Come follow me on Instagram at EmilyNichols22. It's linked in the show notes. I'm also sharing more exercise tips there on as well, as I'm leaning into our Training for Life habit-based fitness app. I want to be able to share, as folks are coming into the app or you're doing your own progressive overload at home, tips and cues to make fitness effective for you. And one of my favorite ways is habit stacking while moving your body to really reinforce that habit, help you stay motivated, and watch and feel the results from the inside out. This is why women have to do habits differently. Again, come let me know on Instagram if you try any of these fitness habit stacks. I am so rooting for you. I am so proud of you for listening to another episode of Habit Hack Your Health. I don't want you to just feel inspired, but I want you to go take action. To help you do that, go grab a free 7-day trial inside of the Training for Life app. This is habit-based fitness programming that you won't find anywhere else. A full fitness library with workouts programmed around what we need as midlife moms, and habit trainings and accountability community to help you stay consistent no matter what season of life that you're in. Go to trainingforlifeapp.com to start your free 7-day trial, and let's start training for life together. I'm so rooting for you, girl. I'll see you in the next episode.